honored are we to be here today, week after week after week after week. You tune in, aligning yourself what you know to be true. The elements, the electromagnetic pull for you to tune in to whatever shows you do. There's an electromagnetic pull for you to do so. And what pulls you forward today is what you desire to know about how threaded you are, about how profound you are. What frequencies do you resonate with today? How will you thread yourself through the all today? How will you define and refine your moment for moment existence in love and grace and compassion? So that the blanket that unfurls to you is inclusive and diverse and unique and creative and expressive. Continually braiding all that you are and all that you were and all that is to be in this moment of now. And that's what the soul braiding is. All of those other lifetime aspects coming forward for you in all that is triggered for you akashically, allowing you to refine the vibration from that soul experience, to refine it. It's not going anywhere. It's not going away. It doesn't cease to exist. You are refining it. There is never a ceasing of life, ever. Even though you may understand it in old world terminology of reincarnation, and that life ended shortly and briefly, there is still the existence of that soul, of that energy. And this is why we have called it the Akashic triggers. It's everlasting, it's ever living, and why they continually to be reborn, reignited, rethreaded, if you will, when you are ready in divine perfect timing to be brought forward to you in your now understanding, so that you may braid those experiences into the all that you are as you stand in your grander element of source knowing, the one with the all. Creating your masterful understanding of who you are now. Understanding that those healings, those wounds, those soul fractures, they never ceased to exist, even though the form did, still did. It's all right now, parallel frequencies. This is why we go back to how you define your reality in every moment. Let go of words that create limitation, like reincarnation. It's nothing about it. Those lifetimes exist right now. You're allowing yourself to bring those soul understandings into this braiding of you, of this whole aspect of you now, so that you can bring it into the fold. Allow yourself to remember the essence of that theme or that lesson or that story. It was the beginning, it was the middle, it was the end. And you bring it in so that it can be made whole, dear lighted ones. This is what soul braiding is all about. Creating wholeness within wholeness. You were never not for your wholeness. You were never only half of a person. You were never only half of a soul. You were always whole. But your awareness of the whole is what you experience. This is why we have experiential realities. The physical reality is an illusion. It allows us to experience the emotions that we experience through life, through death, through loss, through tragedy, through triumph, through trauma. This is why we have a physical reality, to give us the emotions that we feel in every moment. The emotions that we feel in every moment, deep love for a child, loss, tragedy, whatever it is that we define, that we feel in our day-to-day life, allows us this reality experience. These experiences are braided within the soul. Braiding, ever spiraling outward and outward and outward, more vast. And as you refine these understandings about who you are in all of these experiential experiences, whether it be through thought or feeling, is an experience. You're braiding it into the whole of all that you are, becoming more whole and more whole and more whole and more whole, if you will, if we must define it in that way. This is why we say we are infinite. Define yourself as infinite, dear lighted ones, in every way, and see what magic unfolds. For you will begin to understand things that seem to be heretofore outside of your understanding. For you are infinite, are you not? In this moment of now, there are triggers going within the energy fields of all that you are. You are divinely ready for a new lesson, a new theme. Triggers will allow you to go within the emotion, to go within what you feel to be true. And you seek within to know it, to be it, to thread it, to braid it, to give your wisdom and mastery to it, to love it. Braiding it in with the grander soul understanding of all that you are. You are braiding yourself in every moment. Every moment you are braiding. Within new experiences, new people, new understandings, new concepts, new highlights, new fractals of light, bouncing off others that are also offering their braiding to you in this wholeness, in this game of oneness. This is profound for humans. Have humans experienced these understandings in the eons that we have moved about this planet, destroying one another, raping and pillaging, in all that we have done, in all of the life experiences that we have had occurring right now? And it gets to the pivotal point in which the human has a moment where the soul aspect remembers Source, remembers God in that one moment. Ignites a chemical change within the body, inspiring new thoughts, new emanations, new potentials. The free will and intent, the purity of one's heart, creates a thread of electricity, a thread of potential, through the blanket of creation. And in those moments of solace, when that human reaches out to creation and says, allow me to understand the purpose of my being. I dig deep within the depths of all that I am for a new understanding, dear Lord. Show me what I am here to do, so that I may feel the love that I know I am worthy of, for I was told at one point I was loved. That memory has allowed me to be renewed in some way. Something within is desiring me to know what this love is. It's time to live from the heart of love, so that we can bring in and braid with new ideas, new concepts and understandings of the human that is loving, the human that is compassionate, the human that is filled with grace. For grace can only be that which is earned through experience. To be graceful is to be experienced, for you understand what it is like to be in a state of separation, of fear. And we bring in those ideas of what it is to be a master, and we move our way up the spiral ladder. And we allow our behaviors to change, our thought patterns to change, the way we act to change, the what we admit to change. We shift and rebirth, and we braid ourselves within new ideas and new concepts, new thoughts and new vibrations, new frequencies, new resonances, so that grace evolves with spirit. Braiding all of these aspects in of all that we are creates grace, where you understand walking in the shoes of limitation, and therefore offer love and compassion. Redefine what you see, redefine what you emit. Offer grace in every way, for you understand the depths of darkness. That was an experience that allowed you to be who you are now, that allowed you to tune into what you thought you would never tune into, and here you are, talking about archangels and God and source and planets, the cosmos, that you think has no idea that you even exist. There are countless numbers of beings in many forms, in many frequencies, that know exactly who you are. Because of the potential that you emitted to thyself, that you were worthy to be braided with the all. This potential allows you to redefine who you are, so that you gain grace within all that you do. Grace is the light footstep upon planet Earth. Grace is the compassionate hand that offers it to one that is down. Grace is the ability to love thyself and let go of regrets and judgments of thyself, and to know that you are loved deeply, unconditionally, by God in every way. Grace is earned through experience, dear lighted ones. So let thy experience, regardless of how dark and challenging it may have been or is, to be the inhale, to be the exhale. It is one with grace, is it not? And how profound we are. Are we sitting in this day? Number 28, number 10, number 1, number 0. Within the all, we are. Threaded and braided with one another in ways that your higher selves are celebrating in this moment of now. Synchronizing with all other threads in this moment of now. Celebrating the transformation that each and every one of you, every time you tune in, every time you create your playlist and play it over and over and over again, so that the experience of spirit is felt, and you create just a little bit more grace within your essence and how you move about this planet. The grace in which you see exists in your out reality, whether it be with the insects or the animals or the air or the water or the soil. Grace exists. It is the inhale, it is the exhale. Just as God exists within each and every one of you, within every breath, within every aspect of life. Diversity and oneness, is it not? For how can we have the number of species, even with the depletion of the species upon our planet in the last 10, 15 years? The diversity that is, as it is, created in the way that it is, divinely perfect in the way that it is. And how all of the ecosystems, without human intervention, runs divinely perfect as it is. And then through the experience, human intervenes with these perfected systems, whether it be through chemtrails, trying to affect the weather, whether it be through gases, whether it be through polluted waters or toxins in the food. It doesn't matter how humans feel they have interfered and intervened in the perfection of the cycles that we were offered and always are offered. It is through the idea of experience that we earn our grace, to understand that systems are perfect unto themselves as we are. It is the intervention that injects the idea or the notion that it is imperfect. I must intervene, it's not perfect. I must add something to it. I must put chemicals in the air. I must create illness. Whatever it is the experience that allows us grace. These are the fuels, the ignition to allow humanity to sit back from an observational point of view. Seek the understanding from within about why we see what we see and why we experience what we experience in our outer reality and what lessons they have come to teach us. An understanding of compassion and grace and love. For if we truly love thyself, if we truly gave thyself grace when we have wronged, or compassion when we have wronged, and we've allowed ourselves to reach out to Source, to the archangels, and ask for forgiveness. For we only know what we know. But it's in this asking, it's in this desire, it's in the intent to move forward, to spiral up with the threading, with the braiding, so that we may know grace, so that we may walk in reverence of our land, reverence of the waters, reverence of the air, reverence of the insects and the animals, to know that we are braided with it all, and that systems heal themselves based on the ignition and the frequencies that we emit from grace and love and compassion. We are evolving as spirits to understand how braided we are, how we call in those aspects of other soul fragments of who we are, soul braiding, overlays of other lifetimes, if you will, or the incarnations of other lifetimes, if you will. Those soul aspects braiding into this now aspect to allow us to become fuller, more expansive and graceful, so that we may move with Gaia in her braiding within the cosmic family, threads, blankets, matrix. For just as we are braiding our souls from other lifetimes and experiences all occurring within this now moment, so too is Gaia, so too is the galaxy, so too is the universe within other universes, and new systems and cycles are started, as we've talked about before. For you are a universal child, are you not? Understanding how universal you are. Braid yourself with this understanding and this knowing.